Hey, Hockey fans, how's everybody doing? Hope everyone's having a great week. Middle of the week here, getting ready for Thursday's slate of games. Busy day. Wednesday, I did not do a video for Wednesday games, but there was some good hockey on. I enjoyed some of it. Toronto getting beat by Arizona, that kind of shocked a lot of people, I'm sure. On Tuesday's games, we just hit the Toronto and the over. The other bets we did not hit, so we won a little bit of our money back, but it ended up being a losing day. So we'll try to make Thursday here a winning day. There's lots of hockey on. There's 11 games on the slate so far. I thought I heard a rumor that one was postponed, but I couldn't find any info which one that could be. There might be one postponed, but right now there are 11 games. So we'll try to go through them quick and make some picks and let you know what I'm thinking. First one we have is Philadelphia against Boston. Boston 7-3-0 in their last 10, current 3-game winning streak. Tuukka Rask looking to make his season debut here in this game. Philadelphia has Carter Hart listed to be in net. They're 4-3-3 in their last 10. Current streak is an overtime decision. Bruins back-to-back here after another dominating 5-1 victory when they played Montreal Wednesday. Brad Marchand with a hat trick. Curtis Lazar with a strong game, couple goals. Big news here, though, obviously, is Tuukka Rask making his NHL debut in this game, and what a time to come into the season when his team is on a roll. Philadelphia, they had the San Jose Sharks in town on Saturday, which was their last game, a close one, a 3-2 overtime loss to the Sharks. 5 goals in that game, only 2 goal scorers. James Van Riemsdyk with a pair for the Flyers. Philly was 1 for 2 on the power play. They held the Sharks off when down a man twice. Martin Jones was in net for Philly. Nice strong performance by him. Stopped 44 of 47 shots, a .936 save percentage. Flyers had a game scheduled against Carolina before this game. The NHL stepped in and postponed that one. And Carter Hart, he's going to be looking for a better game than his last one. His last one was the 6th of January when they played Pittsburgh. And on 32 shots, I think 6 found the twine, a .813 save percentage. Not good enough for this league, that's for sure. This is the last meeting between teams this regular season. Played twice already. It's split. October 20th, it was a 6-3 final for Philly. November 20th, a 5-2 final for Boston. Money line has Philly at plus 210 or 3.1. Boston minus 250 or 1.4. Over under set at 6. With the way Boston's rolling right now, even with Tuukka Rask making his season debut, there's too much excitement around this team. You got to go Boston, home team favorite to win the game. That's my pick. Next one, we got Vancouver against Tampa. Tampa is 6-3-1 in their last 10. Current 1-game winning streak. Andre Vasilevsky listed to be in net. Vancouver has Thatcher Demko listed to be in net. They're 8-1-1 in their last 10. Current 1-game losing streak. The Bolts at the top of the Atlantic Division with Florida. Both teams with 53 points now. Tuesday was their last game in Buffalo when they cruised past Buffalo with a 6-1 victory. Kucherov logging his 4th NHL hat trick. And Tampa has to be excited just to have him back in the lineup. Tampa outshot Buffalo 36-18, and they were 1 for 2 on the power play. Vancouver, they played Florida on Tuesday, a 5-2 final for Florida. First regulation loss for Vancouver in quite a while. First regulation loss under the new coach. Their last regulation loss was back on December 12th, which was a 2-1 final to Carolina. It wasn't for a lack of effort that they lost that game. I mean, they outshot the Panthers 44-26. They outhit the Panthers 28-16. Yet 0 for 3 on the power play and gave one up, one down a man. And, you know, the coach mentioned it in an interview. This is a tough test, this road trip. They just finished playing Florida and now Tampa just ahead of the weekend when they're going to play back-to-back, and they got Carolina and Washington. Carolina Saturday, Washington on Sunday. First meeting of 2 games between clubs here this season. Bolts are 4-0-0 against Pacific Division this season. And yeah, Vancouver is a better team, and I like the way they're playing. I like a lot of things about Vancouver. I just don't know if they're ready to take on Tampa and beat Tampa in Tampa. I like another favorite here, another home favorite, Tampa, to win the game. Next one, Metropolitan Division matchup, Columbus against Carolina. Carolina with Frederick Anderson listed to be in net. They're 8-1-1 in their last 10 with an overtime decision for their streak against Columbus. that has Korpisalo listed to be in net. They're 3-6-1 in their last 10. Current one-game losing streak. Canes top in the division with 50 points. Played their last game against another top team, the Florida Panthers, a game that required extra time. Florida edged out the win 4-3 for the Panthers. Canes had a road game against Philly Thursday. They made the trip, but then it got canceled and postponed because of COVID. The only thing that happened on that trip is they lost Jacob Slavin, who tested positive and was put in the COVID protocol. Canes sitting first in goals against, fourth goals for, second in the penalty kill, eighth in the power play. Canes have only lost twice in the last 10, both one-goal losses, and one of those required extra time. This is a strong hockey team. And Columbus, not so much right now. I mean, tough for Columbus team that did not look good last time out on Tuesday when they were doubled up by Chicago 4-2. Columbus just didn't look good to me. The Blue Jackets had moments. Obviously, they opened the scoring first, and their second goal was a shorthanded goal by Nyquist. But, I mean, Korpisalo faced 19 shots and 3 found the back of the net. Kind of like I said earlier about another goalie, but that's just not good enough. This marks the third meeting in a 4-game series that the Canes have a 2-0 lead in. October 23rd, it was a 5-1 victory, and then New Year's Day it was a 7-4 victory. Money line plus 180 for Columbus, or 2.8. Over under set at 6, minus 220 or 1.45 for Carolina. You got to go Carolina here, another home favorite. I'd even look at Carolina here on the puck line at 2.05 or plus 105. I kind of like that, but Carolina on the money line is my pick. Number 4, Winnipeg against Detroit. Detroit 3-5-2 in their last 10. Streak is 2 overtime decisions. Alex Nedeljkovic listed to be in net for the Red Wings. Winnipeg, Connor Hellebuyck listed to be in net, 5-4-1 in their last 10. Current one-game losing streak. Detroit just ended a 3-game road trip where they picked up only 2 points out of a possible 6. Tuesday, a 3-2 overtime loss to the San Jose Sharks. Red Wings sitting 5th in the Atlantic, 3 points behind 4th place Boston. The tough part of that is they played 5 more games than Boston has. So that doesn't bode well for them. Bertuzzi, I mean, he's continuing his strong play, but Larkin's still out, listed day to day. There's a chance he could be back. I think he will be back. Just hasn't been confirmed. Detroit's not a bad home record. 12-5-2 is their record at home this season. Winnipeg, they last played a week ago, Thursday, January 6th, when they lost 7-1 to Colorado. Jets' only goal was a Scheifele opening goal in the first on a power play. They were 1 for 5 with the man advantage. They allowed Colorado to convert 3 out of the 4 chances that the Avalanche had. Jets have a number of guys listed day-to-day, COVID, etc. And like other teams, I mean, having to call up a number of guys, right? I mean, their last 2 games have been postponed. It's really tough for some teams right now, and some are definitely beat up more than others. There's no question. This is the first of 2 games between these 2 teams. They'll play again in April. Good matchup here, especially the goalies. Both these teams need a W in a big way. Money line minus 140 or 1.71 for the Winnipeg Jets, plus 120 or 2.2 for Detroit. Over under at 5.5. I like the over here actually, minus 115 or 1.86. And I like Detroit at home. I feel like Detroit could squeeze out a win here, and Winnipeg, yeah, they're having some struggles, and I don't think they're going to have them figured out in this game. I like Detroit dog here, first dog of the night, but Detroit's my pick. Next game, number 5, New Jersey against the New York Islanders, another Metropolitan Division matchup. The Islanders 5-2-3 in their last 10, current 2-game winning streak. Sorokin listed to be in net for the Islanders. New Jersey has John Gillies confirmed to be in net. They're 4-6-0 in their last 10 with a current 1-game losing streak. New York has not played in almost 2 weeks. Last game on New Year's Day, a 3-2 overtime victory over the Edmonton Oilers. Islanders had 2 nice wins after the holiday break, and then 4 games postponed. Head coach Barry Trotz now placed in COVID protocol. Islanders have played the least amount of games in that division too. They've only played 28 games so far. So they could climb quickly. New Jersey last place last played Saturday when they suffered a 4-3 loss to Columbus. New Jersey getting its share of blows, there's no question. Right now, goaltenders Blackwood and Schmed placed in COVID protocol, giving John Gillies the nod for this game. The team is also missing some other key pieces like Dougie Hamilton, Damon Severson, Jesper Pratt, and others. I mean, they're just got a lot of holes. I feel bad for New Jersey because I kind of like them and I think they're a talented team. Just having some struggles right now. Teams have met twice. November 11th, it was 4-0 for New Jersey. And then on the 11th, 4-2 for the New York Islanders. It's a third of 4 games that they will play. Money line plus 175 or 2.75 for the Devils, minus 210 or 1.47 for the Islanders. Over-under set at 5.5. It's another one where I like the puck line. I like the Islanders here on the puck line, minus 1.5, but I'll take them on the money line all day. That's my pick. Number 6, Seattle against St. Louis. St. Louis, 7-2-1, current 2-game winning streak. Jordan Binnington listed to be in net. Seattle has Chris Driedger listed to be in net. The Blues sitting third, tied with Colorado in second, both with 47 points in the Central. Last played a crazy game Saturday against Dallas that ended in their favor, a 2-1 final for the Blues. Blues tied the game with 47 seconds left in the game on a goal from O'Reilly. They took the lead with 29 seconds left on the clock. It was a goal by Kyrou. Both goals on power plays. There was a video going around Twitter and YouTube of the coach for Dallas. Just bashing the stick in the bench, right? He was so angry at the refs in that game. It was crazy. And it was a crazy ending to the game. Great 2 points for the Blues, and it increases their point streak at home to 12 now. 2 points. Seattle's first trip to St. Louis in franchise history, playing on the tail end of a back-to-back after another loss to Dallas Wednesday night, 5-2. Shots were even, 25 apiece, each team netting a power play goal. Grubauer with another subpar performance, stopping only 20 of 24, .833 save percentage. Former Blues Jaden Schwartz will be out on injury and unable to play his former team, and the Kraken will need all the help they can get. It's unfortunate that he can't play in that game, especially considering that Tarasenko and other bodies could be back for the Blues. This is the first of 3 games between these two teams. Money line plus 185 or 2.85 for Seattle, minus 225 or 1.44 for the Blues. Over under set at 6. You got to go St. Louis here. Another home favorite, St. Louis to win the game. Number 7, Buffalo against Nashville. Nashville 8-1-1 in their last 10 current 5-game winning streak. Saros listed to be in net for the Preds. Buffalo has Aaron Dell listed to be between the pipes. They're 2-5-3 in their last 10 current 2-game losing streak. Nashville in sole position of first place in the Central with 50 points. Last action Tuesday with an impressive 5-4 overtime win over Colorado. Lou Cunnin with a pair, Matt Duchene with a pair, both power play goals, including the winner in overtime. Saros, another solid outing for him, stopping 40 of 44 shots. The Preds are improving in categories right across the board, right? 4th in the power play now, 8th in the penalty kill. Roman Josi playing solid with 7 points his last 3 games. Buffalo is another team plagued with their share of adversities. 4 goalies now out amongst other key players that this team needs. Sabres last action, a 6-1 loss to Tampa. Still looking for their first win this calendar year. I don't think it's going to come here. First meeting between teams, money line plus 240 or 3.4 for Buffalo, minus 300 or 1.33 for Nashville. Over under set at 6. Again, another team just rolling like Boston, right? And Saros is playing lights out. You got to stick with Nashville right now against this Buffalo team. Nashville's my pick. Next game, another beat-up team, Montreal against Chicago. Chicago 3-4-3 in their last 10 current 2-game winning streak. Marc-Andre Fleury listed to be in net. Montreal has Sam Montembeault listed to be in net. They're 1-7-2 in their last 10 current 3-game losing streak. Chicago off another win when they played Columbus on Tuesday, a 4-2 final for the Hawks. DeBrincat netting numbers 22 and 23. Marc-Andre Fleury with another job well done, stopping 24 or 26. Chicago will have their top prospect, Lucas Reichel, I think his name is. Reichel, I think. Maybe, I'm not sure. Making his NHL debut in this game against Montreal. And for that reason, I'm kind of excited to watch this guy. I've read lots about him, so it'll be interesting to see him go. I might look at the over here. There could be a lot of goals in this game. Montreal is playing a tail end of back-to-back after another bad loss, 5-1 loss to Boston Wednesday night. Jake Allen, he was out after 7 shots. He let 2 find the back of the net on 7 shots. And then for an undisclosed injury, he was out of the game and Montembeault was in. Montreal continues to fall last place in the league in the power play, last in goals for, 29th in goals against, just struggling. And I feel bad for them right now, actually. This will conclude the series between clubs. Chicago won 2-0 on December 9th. Money line plus 160 or 2.6 for Montreal, minus 180 or 1.55 for Chicago. Over under set at 5.5. I like Chicago to win the game. That's my pick. Next one, Ottawa against Calgary. Calgary 3-6-1 in their last 10. Current 3-game losing streak. Jacob Markstrom, I think, is going to be in net here. Ottawa, Matt Murray listed to be in net. They're 5-4-1 in their last 10, current 1-game losing streak. Calgary tied Vegas for the best goal differential in the division right now at a plus 21. Sits 5th in the Pacific and was doubled up by Carolina. Their last game, 6-3 win for the Canes. The Flames 1-for-3 so far in 2022. And I know the media interviews say no panic. They don't have any panic. They're not concerned. They know what's in the locker room. But you know what? They've fallen into 5th now. And, you know, maybe they should be a little bit concerned. Maybe if they lose to Ottawa, they'll panic a little bit. It's tough to say, right? I mean, this is the battle of the Chuck brothers. Ottawa, they haven't played since New Year's Day, so they've had a pretty long break as well. Their last game was New Year's Day when they lost 6-0 to Toronto. Brady Tkachuk, who's been off the points board his last 3 games, he's going to come out and play hard. He always does against his brother's team, right? You have to look at it that way, and it'll be tough. I know public money's going to be all over Calgary. They're going to say, sure, they lost 3 in a row, but that was against Tampa, Carolina, and Florida. Well, if you look at Ottawa's last 10, they have defeated Carolina, Tampa, and Florida. Plus 200 for Ottawa pays an even 3 or plus 200, minus 240 or 1.41 for Calgary. Over under set at 6. You know, every night there's a dog that wins. I mean, tonight Arizona beat Toronto. That shouldn't have happened either, but it did. Here's a dog, and I like this play. I like the way Tkachuk plays when he goes and plays against Calgary, and I like how Ottawa plays against Calgary, and I'm picking Ottawa to upset Calgary. That's my pick. Ottawa is going to be my pick to win. Next game, Pittsburgh against the LA Kings. LA has Jonathan Quick listed to be in net. They're 6-3-1, current 2-game winning streak. Pittsburgh has Tristan Jarry between the pipes, 9-1-0, current 1-game winning streak. The Los Angeles Kings now in 3rd in the Pacific. Last played the New York Rangers on Monday and won 3-1. Nice win against a top metropolitan team. Outshot New York 39-23. Hits were balanced and neither team able to convert with the man advantage. LA has now won 4 of their last 5 games. Pittsburgh in 4th position in the Metropolitan. Yeah, they had a hiccup when they played Dallas, but then they found the W again when they played Anaheim, a 4-1 final for the Penguins. And that game was Malkin's return into the lineup, his debut for the season, and he nets a pair and also a helper. Jeff Carter with a strong game, 2 goals. Jarry stopping 25-26. First tilt between these 2 teams, and both of them are playing well. I mean, this is a coin flip. I mean, I know Pittsburgh's favorite here, minus 145 or 1.68 for Pittsburgh. And that's where the public will probably be. Plus 125 or 2.25 for the LA Kings. Over under set at 5.5. I like another dog here. Home dog, LA. They just beat the Rangers. Let's see if they can beat Pittsburgh. Last game, the New York Rangers against the San Jose Sharks. San Jose has Aiden Hill listed to be in net. They're 6-4-0 in their last 10. Current 3-game winning streak. The Rangers, Shesterkin, I think, may be back in net here. If not, it'll be Gorgiev, obviously. They're 5-4-1 in their last 10. Current 1-game losing streak. San Jose, 4th in the Pacific, tied with third place LA, both with 41 points. Sharks played Detroit on Tuesday with Logan Couture back in the lineup. He scored the winner in overtime, 3-2 for the Sharks. They outshot Detroit 40-19. Timo Meier getting his 15th with the opening power play goal. San Jose been grinding out the W's. Now the New York Rangers off a loss Monday. As we just mentioned, a 3-1 loss to the LA Kings. Rangers tied in first place Carolina, both with 50 points. And now, like I mentioned, I think Shesterkin could be back in the lineup. Panarin's second game back after his little absence. So I know both teams are missing some bodies. I think they're fairly even for the most part. This ends a 2-game series. New York won 1-0 on December 3rd. Money line minus 130 or 1.76 for New York, plus 110 or 2.1 for the Sharks. Over under set at 5.5. I like the Rangers here. I'm going to do a fair bit of action for Thursday, and that's why I did a video. I'm going to go Islanders as my favorite best bet. I'm going to lay $5 there. I'm going to parlay the Rangers and the Islanders 2-2-2. I'm going to parlay Chicago and St. Louis 2-2-2. I'm going to parlay Boston and Carolina 2-2-2. And then I'm going to go Winnipeg, Detroit over 5.5. And I'm going to put $3 there. So those three parlays, and then the Islanders is my best bet. The Rangers to beat San Jose, LA to beat Pittsburgh, Ottawa to beat Calgary, Chicago to beat Montreal, Nashville to beat Buffalo, St. Louis to beat Seattle, the Islanders to beat New Jersey, Detroit to beat Winnipeg, Carolina to beat Columbus, Tampa to beat Vancouver, and Boston to beat Philly. Lots of hockey on Thursday. Good luck with your picks. Thanks for watching. Talk soon.